What's up, America? Welcome to Hot 97 News. This is a brand new live news show. We're bringing you all the top stories in the country. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's and Million.
Hey.
It's Friday.
Yeah!
Beep, 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 beep.
Friday.
I was waiting. I know you had me. Yeah, man. We got a lot going on, and we're happy we made it to the end of the week.
Yes.
We got a lot of crazy stories to tell you about. So, first of all, police say somebody just tried to break Luigi Mangione out of jail by pretending to be an FBI agent.
Hey, that's kind of.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
That's creative.
It's the craziest situation because you never see so many people root for someone who is an alleged murderer. But, Luigi Mangione has his own little fan base out here. So here's what happened. Police say that a 36-year-old man named Mark Anderson went to the jail in Brooklyn where Luigi Mangione is being held. And he told the staff that he was an FBI agent and said that he had a court order to secure the release of one of the inmates. And that's, who we now know as Luigi Mangione. And naturally, the officers there asked for his credentials, and police say at that point he gave him his Minnesota driver's license, threw a bunch of paperwork at them, and said that he had a weapon in the bag. So officers ended up searching the bag and found a barbecue fork and a pizza cutter.
Oh, man.
Hey, here's the thing. He threw this Minnesota license. Like, he didn't. I mean, the first rule is look up what a FBI agent license looks like. Like, that would have been my first thing is let me look up what an FBI badge is supposed to be. And what was he about to do? Grill with Luigi? What in the world? Like, what was he about to do with him?
Apparently, he had just had a job at a pizzeria.
Really?
Didn't work out. So, I mean, I guess that's hence the pizza cutter. But when I heard this, I was thinking, you could have at least gotten like some credentials if you're going to go for it and not get your own ID. You know what I mean? I'm not giving you if you're trying to commit some kind of fraud here. What are we talking about here? You don't bring your actual identity into the mix. But police said that at least reports say, AP reports that he had a history of drug and alcohol related arrests, and he had disclosed last year in court papers that he suffers from mental illness. So that may have something to do with this. Just a little bit.
Yeah, that man was trying to break him off. He was trying to break him out off vibes. He was just like, you know what, man? Let me just do this off the love for the game. Just off GP, I'm going to get Luigi out of here. Off GP, I'm getting Luigi out. And I respect that. I respect that you tried. Even if you failed, I respect that you tried. You did it in the worst way possible. But I respect it.
Not that we're encouraging people trying to break people out of jail.
Out of that, yeah. Just a heads up. Do not try to break anybody out of prison or jail at all. But I respect him at least trying.
I was gonna say, do we want to rate that crime?
Nah, I'll rate this. I give this one an 8.5, just off the pure
8.5
off GP. Him trying to break Luigi out off GP.
See, when I first heard the story, I was like, oh, that's creative. He was trying to be a FBI agent. I'm already thinking he has the credentials. He showed up with his ID and
his
threw
own
it there.
ID.
Unfortunately, he gets a 3 in my book. You ain't really tried for real, bro. You ain't put much thought into that one for real.
And once again, I refuse to rate these people's crimes because this is crazy.
It is crazy.
But not really clear right now what connection, if any, he has to Luigi Mangione, but people are still showing up outside the court when he has a court appearance with Free Luigi signs. And if you're not really familiar with this case, we could pull Luigi's picture back up just to show you guys, again, like what he looks like. And what he's accused of doing is killing the United Health CEO, Brian Thompson. And police say that there were words written on the bullets: delay, deny, and depose. And that's a phrase that's used to describe how insurers avoid paying claims. So that's why he's getting so much support. People look at Luigi Mangione as someone who basically, went after this guy who's accused of essentially killing people by denying health care. And it doesn't excuse it because, murder is murder. And for Luigi, these are only accusations. They haven't proven he's the guy who's done it. He's obviously pleaded not guilty in this case. And in fact, the latest update is that they're trying to figure out what evidence they can use in this case and if they can go for the death penalty here. But this is crazy how so many people have taken to this case and kind of almost understood what Luigi, if he goes down for this, was doing this for.
And that's the sickness that I think that we do have in America. Like, I understand that we really dislike the rich. I'm not rich by any means. So I really have a strong dislike for them, but to result in taking somebody's life and then parading it after that is like kind of sickening in a sense to me, because it's like, this is a human being that you took out. You're talking about a corporate system. They attack the system, if anything. Don't just go after people in like that position. CEOs don't do much if we're keeping it a stack.
So that's I have differing opinions on this, only because I would, first of all, never vouch for anybody who wants to go out and kill someone, no matter what the circumstance is. You know what I mean? Because like this vigilante justice thing, you can't like run a society if people think you should just kill someone for that. But at the same time, you know, you call a spade and realize it did open up the conversation about healthcare, about how so many people in this country feel iced out of healthcare and feel like their family members are dying because these healthcare companies are prioritizing profits over actually trying to give people healthcare that could save them.
Exactly.
You know, what do you do about this? We've talked about the Affordable Care Act and how Democrats say it's great, Republicans say it's terrible. They're trying to change it and figure out a better way. Nobody can come up with a solution. And in the meantime, people are dying. So there's nothing that excuses what, you know, whoever killed the healthcare CEO, you know, what they did, but it, you know, it opened up the conversation.
Exactly.
It did.
Also, did Luigi do it? So yes, that's
Did he do it?
Exactly. Also, did he do it? So yeah. So
Well, you know, it does look like our lawmakers don't want government shutdown round 2, and we may get some ICE reforms out of it.
really,
We might see some ICE reforms out of it. The Democrats kind of did it. President Trump and the Democrats in the Senate struck a deal kind of at the last minute to avoid a long shutdown, because technically it's probably still going to shut down over the weekend because the deal has to be approved by the House as well. And the House is kind of on recess, but they're expected to go with what the Senate has just come up with in their agreement with the president. And most federal employees don't work on the weekend, so it's really not that big of a deal. But the agreement is that they're going to fund all of the government except for the Department of Homeland Security funding that they had agreed on. There was only one portion of that funding that they had agreed on, again, that they did not, they wanted to see changes for. They wanted to see some guardrails on ICE, essentially. And so they said, we are not going to vote for this as is. The government is going to shut down if you keep the ICE funding in here, because we want to see things like ICE taking their masks off, ICE ending these roving patrols to find people, tighter judicial warrants required for stops and searches and arrests, and just a code of conduct out there in these streets. So they're not just like out here harassing people. And so what people didn't expect to happen was that 7 Republicans also voted no. So even if they could have gotten 7 Democrats on board like they needed, they had 7 Republicans say they were not going to support this funding bill either. So at that point, the Republicans' hands were tied at that point. So
Yeah.
So quick question. So when they say the funding bill, does that automatically, so when they, I mean, pretty much that means they're giving money and they're backing out what DHS is doing and things like that. So could you just, could there just be a person to just say, hey, tell everybody to take the mask off, take this off, without them funding it? Like, could that just be a rule implemented inside without the money being involved? Could that be? Okay.
They could have, but they weren't.
Okay.
So this is kind of why the Democrats use this as an opportunity to get some things they want. There are really not many opportunities for them to make any changes or have their voices heard because Republicans control the House and the Senate right now. So whatever they want to do, they can do. You know, Democrats have been saying like, hey, we want you guys to put guardrails on ICE. And have we seen any guardrails on ICE for real? Not really, until this last shooting that involved the man who died in Minnesota last weekend, Alex Preddy. So after that, it kind of had a lot of people saying, all right, maybe we do kind of need to make some changes. They got Greg Bovino, who is the commander out of there and back to where he came from in California. And they put Tom Homan and said, you know, we're going to bring the big boss in here to actually kind of bring some stability to the area. But other than that, they didn't really have any guardrails or any way to know for sure we're going to have some changes in place that prevents this from happening again. And so that's why the Democrats did this. And it actually ended up working out.
Yeah, what I seen, it worked out temporarily though, because they're just temporarily granting DHS a temporary funding bill for like the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So it's possible that this shutdown could go on and could continue for just the DHS if no resolution comes up after the funding does end. after the temporary funding for DHS ends. So kind of keep your eyes out on it for sure. My only issue is like, I understand what's going on with ICE. Yes, I'm not happy with how people that are in ICE are conducting these search warrants and things like that. But people aren't realizing that DHS also includes TSA. So it's like, if we shut down again, then TSA is going to have to work without pay for the next couple of however long, when they finally do come to this resolution.
Quick question. So I'm just looking this up right now. So ICE is $10 billion is what the fiscal year is. Like ICE is supposed to be getting $10 billion for this fiscal year. What do you need 10 big? And I could be totally like, just like, oh, this is self-explanatory. They need this, that, and the third. But why $10 billion for deportation and stuff like that? Like, I'm trying to figure out what this money is going towards. So what I'm saying is this: if they're wanting people to stop taking people to take their mask off. What were the other things they wanted them to do? They wanted to take their mask off. In revolving patrols.
Yep.
Tighten the judicial warrant systems. Enforceable code of conduct.
Yeah.
Does that $10 billion? Do you need $10 billion for that? That's all I'm asking.
So I think that part of that money is supposed to help them with bringing more people into ICE.
Okay.
Because remember, they're offering them these crazy big sign-on bonuses,
yeah.
like $50,000 as a sign-on bonus. So you got to, pull that money from somewhere.
True. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That and just probably, for equipment and, random body cameras was
Okay.
part of that as well. Maybe they got to buy some more body cameras and then systems to hold all the footage for all the body cameras. So I'm sure they need all that money. They say they need money for
sure.
all types of stuff. You never really know what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, they're going to find a way to use that money.
Yeah.
I was
Use
just
that money.
asking. I just wanted to know what $10 billion
Yeah.
was. That's it. I just wanted to know what $10 billion was getting used for.
Because it is a lot of money.
I mean, we're paying for it.
Right. So you can ask.
I mean, I just want to know what it's being used for. That's all. That is all.
I just seen something the other day though. Like Mamdani had proposed on live TV that he wants to abolish ICE. What do y'all think about that? Like abolishing ICE?
Like just getting rid of it altogether?
Yeah.
I think that's like dramatic. I really do. I mean,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, if there are illegal immigrants here who are murdering people and who are, SAing people, because I don't, want to get too graphic here, but you get what I'm saying, who are committing really heinous crimes and doing things that are really harming Americans. I mean, yeah, that's just immigration enforcement. ICE sounds splashy, but it's immigration enforcement. You know what I mean? And so I don't know many people who have really backed the true criminal illegal immigrants and their right to stay here illegally. You know what I mean? So I think that's just splashy. If he's saying truly like abolish ICE, is that what he meant? Like just get rid of them completely?
I think that's what he was saying. I'm gonna double check it, but that's what I had seen him actually say on live TV. So it was really interesting when I heard that. How can you get rid of something like, again, it's still an issue that goes on in America. I don't see why abolishing it just because of a few bad instances. I don't see that as a solution at all. But I love the fact that that Congress was able to, get this together a little bit, kind of, sort of, not really. But hey, that's where we're at right now.
They have, like you said, they have 2 weeks to figure this out. They have 2 weeks to negotiate and figure out, what they will actually give the Democrats to avoid a government shutdown over this. But, at least they're working together.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. We at least want to see that. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I just want to know where my $10 billion is going. That's what I want to know. That's it. That's the biggest question I want to know is where you going to put the money at. Okay, there needs to be a place where we can see where this money is being used, man.
Receipts.
Like something, bruh. If I got to show my receipt to walk out of a Sam's Club, y'all should have to show me
Listen.
a receipt when y'all using my money to buy up all this stuff. Flat out.
Because the Trump administration was the one who started this whole thing off by saying there's waste, fraud, and abuse in the government.
Come on, bro.
And then they found all types of crazy things they've been paying for, like in the country and around the world. So yeah, we need receipts at this
I
point.
need to see something.
And if you want my tax dollars.
Yeah, I need to see something.
That's real. Yeah.
But meanwhile, you know who is sick of the United States? Venezuela's new leader is sick of the United States trying to tell her what to do. She was talking to a group of oil workers in Puerto La Cruz city in Venezuela. And she said, we have her quote here, "Enough already. Washington's orders over politicians in Venezuela. Let Venezuelan politics resolve our differences and our internal conflicts. This republic has paid a very high price for having to confront the consequences of fascism and extremism in our country.
That's interesting. So I got a question.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be asking a lot of questions this episode,
Okay.
so just be ready. So how difficult is it for Delcy Rodriguez to like criticize U.S. influence while still needing us, like still needing our approval? Like, how hard it like?
I don't envy her right now.
Okay.
I don't envy
Okay.
her right now because she's got to walk a tightrope
Okay.
at this point because
Okay.
she's got to keep the respect of her country, who is probably not happy, in some cases that their president got kidnapped and like they had foreign intervention do this. But she also has been told very plainly by Trump that if you don't do what we need you to do, we are willing to go back in there. And you could meet a worse fate than Maduro.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, dang, I thought Trump got that handle. Why is she still talking like she don't know what's going on? Like we the big dogs over here or something. Like I thought we came to an understanding. Wasn't that what Trump said? Like that the reason why she's still in power is because we came to some sort of conclusion, some sort of understanding with each other. She can't be talking like this if we did come to an understanding.
I mean, technically they came to an understanding, but it was kind of under duress. You know what I mean? And she still has to keep the country together. Again, like we had a lot of people in America and around the world that we saw celebrating what happened to Maduro, but there are people in that country who were livid that another country just got to come in and snatch their president and leave and kill a bunch of people. And what she's trying to say with that quote is, look, we just got invaded. Dozens of people were killed here in our country by another country, and our president was snatched away in the middle of the night. And she's saying these were the consequences of fascists. And when she says fascists and extremists, she's talking about people who align with foreign interests like Maria Corina Machado. That is the opposition leader, remember, who gave Trump her Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
But I think we're in violation of both the spirit and the law.
This is next. This is the picture. Here, we remember this. Everybody was like, wait a minute, can you just do this? Can you just give away your Nobel Peace Prize? Right. And the Nobel Peace Committee was like, no, you can't. But she did. And, at first the U.S. said that they actually backed her. The U.S. said the people want her. The people say she's legitimate and Maduro is the illegitimate leader. Maduro stole the election. And after Maduro was captured, they said, actually, she doesn't have the respect or support to lead the country. And they left Maduro's people in charge. What does that mean? That Maduro's people had the respect and support in the country. So she's got to keep those people happy and do whatever the U.S. wants. So she's got, I don't know, she's got to appear strong and let the U.S. kind of steamroll like they've kind of been steamrolling.
Yeah. That's kind of weird though, bro. Like she just, it's almost like playing possum a little bit. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like, or sheep in wolf's clothing. Like not to that extreme, but almost like I can't fully show y'all my hands. Maybe she got an ace in her hand that she ready to throw out. I don't know. This is just how I'm interpreting it.
I don't know either, because you've seen time and time again, a lot of these world leaders will get on TV and say whatever they want.
Yeah.
And then behind closed doors, they're clearly working out deals and saying
100%.
other things. So I don't know how much of this really is just her posturing for her people. Like maybe she even goes back and tells Trump, like, hey, man, I got to say some things in the news because my people are starting to get a little restless here. Like, we don't know what's going on in Venezuela. I also know that she said out loud that this government has decided to choose a diplomatic path to resolve this conflict with the United States, but she said that they have the right to continue diplomatic relations with China and Russia and Iran and Cuba and all people of the world because they're a sovereign nation. What has the United States been trying to get them to do? Cut all these same people out. They've accused them of harboring terrorists from some of these countries. So it's like, what are they going to do? She's kind of got a gun to her head in some ways,
It's unfortunate, but she knows what she got to do. She cannot go against the U.S. unless she's ready for whatever repercussions happens after that. That's all I'm saying. I hope she doesn't. I hope she doesn't take it there. But if she does take it there, it's like I understand because she's standing up to the government. I want her to stand up in a sense. But again, hey, you ain't gonna do nothing. You know you ain't gonna do that.
Well, hey, listen, brother. I'm not putting nothing past nobody. After I've been on this show, I just know I'm not putting anything past anybody. So yeah, anything can happen. Anything. 2026 has started off in a crazy way. So I'm not putting anything past anybody. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Anything's on the table. And actually, it's at the point where Secretary of State Marco Rubio was just grilled on how kidnapping a president isn't an act of war. Because everybody thought, you do anything to Venezuela, like it's going to pop off this war. Venezuela was preparing for guerrilla warfare. I mean, it was getting really weird out there. You had the country basically surrounded by all these U.S. military assets, aircraft carriers, all the like. And Rand Paul ended up asking Marco Rubio, so if a foreign country bombed our air defense missiles and captured and removed our president and blockaded our country, would that be considered an act of war? And Rubio was basically saying, okay, this was an operation that lasted about 4 hours. It's hard to say that that's war. Mm-hmm. It was just a law enforcement action. And Rand Paul was pressing him and was like, okay, yeah, but even if that foreign country's operation lasted 4.5 hours, it was a great success and other people died. Would it be an act of war if a foreign country indicts our president for breaking one of their foreign laws? Should we send our president over there? Should we be okay if they come in and get him? I mean,
it's definitely an act of war.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and lie to the people and let y'all say like, oh, it's not an act of war. It's an act of war, but again, who's going to do anything about it? I hate to say it.
Yeah, here's part of that exchange.
But I think we're in violation of both the spirit and the law of the Constitution by bombing a capital, blockading a country, and removing elected officials. And we certainly wouldn't tolerate it, nor would I if someone did it to us.
But we didn't remove an elected official. We removed someone who was not elected, and it was actually an indicted drug trafficker in the United States, and their system.
Our laws, indicted under our laws. Look, Bolsonaro says that Da Silva is not really the president of Brazil. Our president said Biden wasn't really the president. Hillary Clinton said in 2016 Trump wasn't the president.
Here's
very valid points.
Got a point. He said we've had our own conversations here in America about illegitimate elections and rigged elections and bad elections. So it's the same kind of argument that's happening in Venezuela.
I like what Rubio did say, though, because technically speaking, Maduro did not win that election. The only reason why he's still in power there is because he had the military force around him, backing him. But when you look at it, like technically, it's like, nah, you're not supposed to be there regardless. Am I wrong in thinking that?
That's what our country has said, but our country also said that Maria Corina Machado had the support of the country.
Yeah. Right.
And then after they kidnapped the president, they said she didn't. So I don't know what to believe. Yeah, I really don't.
There's no way to excuse it. It is an act of war, regardless of if he was there and he was appointed there, regardless of if he stole the election. The people there respected him or feared him and seen him as the person that we listened to, and we took them away from that. That is an act of war, DT. That is an act of war.
That's a fact. That is literally bruh, imagine somebody getting, I don't know where y'all came from, but where I come from, somebody kidnaps anybody in my family, we going to war about that. We going to war about that. That is the definition of war. We going to war about you kidnapping our family member. And Maduro, regardless of what he was looked at inside of Venezuela, that was a family member. So you took our family member from us. So yeah, bro, you started something.
At the same time, I also, because I do agree with that. At the same time, we also haven't seen their people like rising up and revolting and getting on boats and coming this way. So maybe, there's a portion of them who was happy to see Maduro leave. We literally don't know. This is, we're just telling you the news.
That's it.
We're telling you the news.
I'm telling you what would happen if it happened to my people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That leaves us with a little bit of excuse there, because it's like the people, we've seen so many people fleeing from Venezuela. So we're like, we were saving the people. But at the end of the day, he was the person in charge.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we also apparently have beef in the Middle East right now, because we just got beef in all these different directions these days, it seems like. This time it's against Iran, and Iran is saying we want the smoke. Apparently. So we have this post for you. I think this was on Twitter. This is Iranian foreign minister talking here. And he says, our brave armed forces are prepared with their fingers on the trigger to immediately and powerfully respond to any aggression against our beloved land, air, and sea. He's saying that they learned some valuable lessons from the last time that the U.S. and Israel bombed them. That's what he means by the 12-day war there. And it's enabled them to respond even more strongly, rapidly, and profoundly than before.
I'm seeing in the comments, Million talks like he's tall. Yes, I do talk like I'm tall because America is tall. I'm standing on America right now.
Okay.
So I feel really tall because I'm standing on America right now. Iran, again, you could claim that you learned some lessons here and there and you did all this, but at the end of the day, you're not about that life. Now, if you do decide to become about that life, I'm interested because at the end of the day, I had to sit down and think about it yesterday in the car. I was like, am I being a bully? Like, are we being bullies? And all bullies do get humbled at times.
Yes.
We are due for some humbling. We are due for some humbling, but I don't think Iran is the ones that's gonna humble us.
You can't tell a bully who was gonna humble them.
That's
you
fair.
That's not the bully's job, is to be like, oh, you ain't gonna humble me, you ain't gonna humble me. Because the first person you say who's not gonna humble you, gonna be the person to humble you.
So what I think is even more interesting is that Iran has said as well, if we can pull their post back up, that they have always welcomed a mutually beneficial and fair nuclear deal. That's what Trump said in response, which we'll get to in just a second. But he's saying that they want to ensure Iran's rights to peaceful nuclear technology and guarantees no nuclear weapons. They say they don't even want weapons like that. That's very into that quote. It's not in their security calculations, and they've never sought to acquire them. What has Trump been asking for? Literally, for them to make sure that they have no nuclear weapons. So this should be easy. And real quick, if we could just pull up the video, we had a CNN reporter go to Tehran. We want to just show you what Tehran looks like. Because to me, this is everything. You know, people aren't just walking around lowly and oppressed. They're wearing things very similar to what you see on the streets here. And my question is, do these people want to get bombed to get their leadership out of the way? Because that's what we're talking about here.
True.
I don't think so. Dang, that's crazy. It looks beautiful over there.
So we can pick this conversation back up after the break, but we do have to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you're supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
this sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Welcome back to Hot 97 News. We want to pick back up just very quickly about our conversation we were having about Iran and specifically that look inside of Tehran, the capital city there. And I think that, again, as I said at the end of the break, I think when we're talking about whether or not the people really want the U.S. to get involved and help move their leadership out of the way, who's accused of being oppressive and a very oppressive regime, do these people want to potentially give their lives for this if an airstrike were to hit right there?
I think that'd be my issue with this whole thing is like, bro, these folks just be living.
Yeah.
Don't be bothering nobody. And that's my biggest issue with all this is like, don't nobody want to be bothered.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to be bothered, and they don't look bothered by any means. So
Yeah.
that's my only issue.
If you, the video ends up playing out further, but you can see people that were still buying things from the bazaar there. I mean, it seemed like, whatever financial issues they are legitimately going through, people clearly still have enough in some cases to move in general. There are times where I feel like I said yesterday, I want to hit like a free food line because times is hard and people have it way harder than me. You know what I mean? So is this just a situation where a country is dealing with economic woes and it's hard for some, medium hard for others, easy for some, wealthy people are fine. Is it the same scenario as we're dealing with? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and this is kind of scary because we hear the reports of like 30,000 people dying since December and a whole bunch of death everywhere. I'm thinking in my mind, this is a most terrible place.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that dead bodies is everywhere. I'm thinking that I don't know what else I'm thinking, but you kind of get a gist of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking that this is the most worst place to live in the world, and it doesn't look like that at all. It looks like people are at peace. People are enjoying their lives. They're just going to stores. I've seen people with purses, people just coming out, eating food, like chilling almost.
That's why I personally, I have friends here in America who say this regime has got to go, and they welcome anybody who's going to come in and do that. But they're here in America. They're safe. If there's an airstrike, they're not on the other end of that. So that's why I do wonder sometimes, how badly do those people really want it? And it's something that I don't think we'll ever really know because in Iran, they've got state news telling them, what state news wants to tell them. They've had an internet blackout that's been really hard to see, for us, what are they really going through? How many protesters died? What was that like? The reports that are coming out are horrifying, but then you see the video where somebody went in after all of that and life is kind of moving on. So do they want an airstrike at this point? Like, I don't know, something away.
Yeah.
Right.
Moving back to our country though, Bruce Springsteen has an ICE protest song. Have you heard this?
And I keep fight.
We can only play a little snippet, but man.
Yeah, Bruce. I don't think Bruce was ever thought he would make something like this after making Born in the USA. You know what I mean?
I was literally thinking about that.
After making Born in the USA,
Yes.
and I don't never think he was like, God, I'm gonna have to make a ICE
follow-up.
song. Yeah, I don't want to live here no more. USA sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he ever thought he would make nothing like this, bruh. Ever. Not after making Born in the USA.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was, but he made Born in the USA. Bro, I thought that was the most country backwoods song in the world.
What? That's Bruce Springsteen,
That
brother.
is crazy.
It's more like rock to me.
Yeah,
That's rock. That's
rock.
country.
No,
yo.
it's
that
rock.
sound like Born in the USA.
You don't know music.
You gotta have the accent when you say it though. When you hear that song, you hear the accent. You hear the country accent.
Bruce Springsteen is a rock star.
Really,
Yeah.
that is so interesting though. Somebody that was so for America is telling you now that be worried, be scared of the president.
In his mind, he probably is thinking he's for America and doing a song like this. Like, what can I really do? We've seen the protesters on the street, and honestly, they've accomplished a little bit if we're being honest. The pressure that they've done and had out there is what led to the Democrats saying we need more guardrails, and that could actually change things. But if I'm just a singer and I'm not really trying to be on these streets like that, what can I do? I can make a song and I can try to bring some attention to this, especially because I'm the born in the USA guy. You know what I mean? Like, who else would do something like this?
And I wonder if this reaches out to the MAGA supporters that do support, that do like I'm sure there's MAGA supporters that do like Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, yeah.
And I wonder if this song is actually touching them because they're the ones that need to hear it the most. The ones out there in the backwoods, I guess they're not paying attention to the news. Maybe they'll pay attention to Bruce Springsteen.
That's true. I mean, either that or they'll hate Bruce Springsteen, because there are a lot of people who support everything ICE is doing, and they don't think ICE is going far enough, in some cases. So he really put himself on the line by doing a song like this.
He did. He got 22 song got uploaded 22 hours ago. It's got 1.5 million views.
Wow.
And for the most part, I'm reading the views. Everybody's pretty much, for it. This is, people from all overseas are saying, hey, we're standing strong with you, Bruce. Appreciate it, Bruce. Like it, Mr. Springsteen. So I guess he did do something for the people, man.
You know what I think is crazy, though? Because now I think social media is just such a fake place in general. You really never know these days how people are feeling about things because everybody's algorithm is tailored.
Oh, yeah.
And in some cases, your comment section can be tailored.
True.
So are you seeing all the people saying like, oh my God, this is amazing?
True.
Yet this guy's seeing comments saying, F Bruce Springsteen, he doesn't get it. We're all getting our tailored reality in our social media these days. It's so I really don't know how most of America is feeling about this these days. I really don't.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. Thank you, Alto Keys. So it looks like Bruce Springsteen did have a podcast with Barack Obama at one point, and this was back in 2021. It was called Born in the USA. So maybe Bruce Springsteen doesn't reach the Hicks out there, or the country folks.
Why do you keep calling them Hicks and country people?
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Maybe he doesn't reach the country people out there.
He's not country.
So he's not country.
No.
He's just rock.
Yeah, he's rock.
Wow.
Bruce Springsteen is rock.
I swear to God, I hear a country accent. Where's
There's
Bruce
an age
Springsteen from?
difference here. He doesn't get it. He
Bruce
doesn't know.
Springsteen, where is he from?
Doesn't matter where he's from.
Give him grace.
His genre.
He's from New Jersey.
His genre is rock.
Oh my God, I gotta get out there, man.
He said
is from New Jersey.
He said the
so
country.
he ain't even
hip-hop.
touch it, right? I mean, okay, it was cool that he put it out there, but it ain't. You only speaking to people that already know.
Oh man.
But to your point though, the fact that he did have that podcast with Obama, maybe people already kind of knew where he was leaning, so he may not have been putting his whole life on the line. Not that Bruce Springsteen is really dropping music like that these days anyways, but I'm sure that if he ever wanted to do something, the base that would come out would be like the blue kind of liberal side of the country and not like really putting his music sales on the line with Republicans. But I do know a lot of Republicans who love that song Born in the USA.
Yeah, that's
what I
mean?
mean?
Like growing up in Covington, Georgia, out there, it's mostly red out there. So growing up in front of the Confederate statue, they blasting that song, just going crazy during the 4th of July.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like, so that's why I associated with it like that.
Yeah.
Huh, that's crazy, though.
Born in the USA and Proud to be American are the two...
The anthem.
The anthems when it comes to July 4th. Get on the lake. You better hear those two songs, and your shirt, you better... shotgun a beer. I mean, it make me turn. It make me turn into a full blown American for like 2 seconds, and then July 5th, I'm like, oh my God, I hate this place.
I forgot it's ghetto here.
I forgot it's so ghetto here.
Help.
My bad.
But imagine, real quick, can we play the snippet again? Imagine this going down on the 4th of July. It just depressing.
Hey, Barry, pass me another one. Pass me another one. You hear this Bruce Springsteen, boy? You better pass me another one.
That's more like, pass me another one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're confusing me.
My
You're
bad.
confusing me.
No. Just because he's rock, but he's rock though, dog. But he definitely does reach the masses of like country people, but not country music. They're like I don't know how to describe that like culture or that genre of people. It's like rock and roll heads, man. It's just like rock and roll heads.
I got you.
But you know who does love the United States? There's a territory in Canada that actually wants to separate and become their own country so that they can work with the United States. And I think this is crazy. They don't want to be a part of the USA. And I will say there's really no world where they end up becoming like a 51st state. I just think it's funny. This is kind of like Texas trying to leave the United States. It's not a one-to-one because this is a province we're talking about. They do have more power than U.S. states actually do in that way. And there is actually a process for leaving Canada, unlike Texas. But it's similar. You know what I mean? It's just like a piece of them that's saying like, bump y'all.
Dang, Canada never struck me as like being that bad. Like I can't be that bad over in Canada that you want to leave now, is it?
Especially because, well, when Trump became the president, what do people say? I'm leaving. I'm going to Canada.
Yeah, and then bunch of Americans over there. What state would you replace to take that though?
Ooh, if we wanted to,
like if it was like a trade, it's like hey, trade? You give us this state, we'll give you this. Like me personally, I'm getting rid of Florida.
Are you?
Florida's too ghetto for me. Florida's too ghetto.
I think that we could probably lose Mississippi without anybody really even knowing it was gone.
Wow, Mississippi. You would trade Mississippi?
What do you like have in Mississippi that you really, because Louisiana has, New Orleans.
Okay.
Or maybe Alabama. Alabama could also go.
Mississippi got the blues. It's culture in Mississippi.
Okay.
That's you.
Okay.
I wouldn't get rid of Mississippi.
I'm changing my answer to Alabama. Final answer.
Okay.
Wyoming.
Nobody
knows anything about Wyoming or Utah.
No,
Utah's Hold on, Utah's beautiful.
Utah's tight, bro.
And it's spoken for.
Utah's very tight.
Utah's spoken for.
Yeah.
I think Wyoming is also spoken for. I think there's Native Americans there.
Oh,
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, get rid of Florida. I say get rid of. Sorry to my Floridians, but Florida, y'all should have been y'all own whatever, because y'all be out there wilding, doing all kinds of stuff. The whole Google would just call Florida man. Like, yeah, get
Florida
rid of.
though is like 5 different places. The top of Florida, North Florida is like basically South Georgia.
Yeah.
And then you got Orlando, which is just Disney World. Miami's a whole, it's Cuba.
Key West, you got all kinds of stuff in Florida.
Tampa's just old people. They've taken over.
So yeah, I would say get rid of Florida.
Florida's weird. Yeah, they got enough going on there. They could survive by themselves. In this case, they want to leave because they feel like, Canada's holding them back. And that the U.S. would basically be a better trade partner for what they got going on over there. I just thought that was very fascinating, especially when you consider what's happening with Greenland and just all these moves. I'm like, now Alberta wants to leave Canada. What are you people doing this year?
Yeah, y'all come over here if you want to.
Yeah, so I looked into it. So one of the biggest things that this support group for leaving Canada, they're basically saying that they don't like the equalization system out there in Canada right now. So the equalization system is the federal government collects taxes nationwide in Canada, and then it sends direct payments to provinces with weaker economies. So they're taking the taxes from Alberta, then they're distributing it to other provinces that don't have as much money as Alberta. Now the issue is Alberta doesn't get any of the equalization taxes, equalization checks that the other provinces do get. So they're paying all these other countries, but they're not, not all these other countries, they're paying all these other provinces, but they're not getting any money back. So they just feel like they're just, funding everybody in Canada pretty much. All the provinces north of them.
Okay. And that's a breakdown of kind of some of the details of it. Mm-hmm. And, I wasn't going to even go here with it, but I do think it's interesting that they actually met, some of the people behind this effort met with U.S. officials here. Mm-hmm. And, that basically got the people who are in leadership in Canada furious because they basically see that as treason. Like, what do you mean you're working with another country to figure out how to leave us? You can't do that. And the United States was like, no, we talk to anybody. We're just talking. What are you talking about? It's all fine.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's completely fair. But Alberto, Yeah, it's treason. Because if Texas was to go to Mexico and start trying to do some dealings with Mexico, and they was like, yeah, we gonna rock with Mexico, and, you know, we good on America, we would flip out.
We would flip out.
America would send troops down there so fast. Oh my goodness, man.
So whether or not this actually happens, you know, is up in the air. But the prime minister there, Mark Carney, was saying, you know, the U.S. needs to stay out of this and respect Canada's sovereignty. Quit trying to get our people to leave us. So we'll see what happens with that. I just think that's very interesting. Also interesting, Trump is suing the IRS and the Treasury Department for $10 billion. Wow. And this is because, you know, basically they say his confidential tax records were leaked to news outlets between 2018 and 2020, and the agencies were supposed to be protected and it was supposed to be confidential. So now we're suing you. And I would just personally like to say, y'all better fight back because that's our taxpayer money. What do you mean you're suing them? You're suing us by proxy. I mean, that's a lot of freaking money. And where do they come up with $10 billion anyway? That number, 10 billion, keeps popping up.
Trying to tell y'all, bro, they just be coming up with these numbers out of nowhere and we don't know what they have. Like, bro, and everybody just go with it. We just go with it. Like, oh, the money. No, bro, we need to start seeing. I'm with you. I'm with you.
No, I do feel like this is one of those situations where you just throw out a number and then what ends up happening is they negotiate. They, you know, figure out what kind of money we should really be talking here. If this can even go forward. You know, there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts. That's part of this whole deal, but the complaint basically says this leak caused reputational and financial harm to them and public embarrassment and hurt Trump's political standing, including his support in the 2020 election. So they feel like they're due something from this.
So pretty much they got this leak and it probably exposed so much money that they probably were getting back that it was like...
Somebody should look that up real quick. Can you look up...
I don't know how much money they were getting back.
Okay, so there was a contractor who basically was convicted and sentenced to prison for leaking Trump and other wealthy people's tax returns. Can you look up, see if ChatGPT can quickly just give you what's the splashiest thing that was learned from the tax return leak?
Or how much money?
Like how much money, yeah.
Because don't nobody sue nobody for a tax return leak if they're not getting an obscene amount of money returned back, bruh.
Or if it shows like I'm a billionaire like I said I was,
bruh.
You know, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I would leak.
Yeah. Flat out, bruh. Like what? I would sue if my tax return got leaked. It wouldn't be nothing on there, but...
All right, so it says that he paid little to no federal income tax in multiple years.
Oh, that's right.
Legally. Also, it says Donald Trump paid $750 in federal income tax in 2016.
Right.
Dang.
That's
$750 in 2017, and he paid $0 in income tax in 10 to 15 years after the reviews. This is wild. After he makes hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes. I remember this now because the conversation became like, what do you mean you're making all this money and you're not paying into the pot like the rest of us?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I'm just smart. Like, why would I be paying all this money if I found a legal way not to? That just makes me smart. And people were like, yeah, that just makes him smart. And I'm like, you people are... I don't want to call, you know, I don't want to say any names, but like, yes, there are rules and regulations these people use to not pay taxes where we have to, and we're making way less.
Yeah, I've started to realize that all these rules are made up and that they don't care. Everything is made up though. If you actually really think about it, the man has made up everything. The rules about this, the rules about that, all this stuff is made up. The higher ups are just saying, yeah, we know that it's made up and we're going to use that to our advantage. Y'all don't realize that it's made up and y'all are going to abide by these rules and follow these rules. But we know it's made up because we made it up. So we're not gonna abide by the rules. Crazy.
Listen, the first time I realized going to a actual tax professional would get you more money back than just going to like the free online. I don't want to, you know, like TurboTax kind of situation, H&R Block, like the ones that are very just easy, free, simple, like the cheapest options. Those do not give you as much money back as if you go to like a real like tax professional who knows the nooks and crannies, especially with TurboTax. They don't even have the buttons in some cases where you can get some kind of write-offs for this, that, and the third. They don't even let you do all that. They just say it's free, so just file your taxes and use it. Boy, I mean, there's so much that people don't know about filing taxes.
Dale, you file taxes?
Do I?
I mean, I know, Mister. I don't pay. I don't.
Hey, listen.
Put him on a record.
I don't have a job.
I'm gonna explain it like this, bro. I worked for myself for years. I didn't even realize. I'm gonna be very honest. I didn't even realize financial literacy until I was like 32, for real, for real. You know what I mean? So I knew about filing taxes. I filed taxes all the time, but I didn't know, like, being my own. I didn't have an LLC for myself because I'm an entertainer. Never had an LLC till 2 years ago. So it's like, yeah, I didn't know anything about filing taxes or getting paid. All my money came from stand-up comedy. So it's like, you know, they'll give you a check and I go cash it. Or they'll give you some cash and I'll put it in my pocket. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know I had to file none of that. I never knew any of that, bro. Like, so definitely look up these taxes because they will come after your money if you don't. If they figure out you making $10,000, $11,200, they're going to need a little bit of that.
Right, so he ended up figuring it out and he ended up squaring up with the government. But, you know, for years he's saying he didn't know. But yes, he does file his taxes and he has settled with the federal government.
We're good.
But it is interesting that he's suing as a private citizen. So he's the president suing like the government as he's the president, but he's doing it as a private citizen, and it's going to be your taxpayer money that he's getting if he gets anything. So we'll have our eye on that. In the meantime, in between time, do you guys know about Neuralink? What they're trying to do with Neuralink?
I know a little bit like Neuralink.
Elon Musk, right?
This is kind of Elon Musk's thing that he's been talking a lot about. And there was a patient in the UK for the first time that tested out one of these products they have. It's like a telepathy type of product. We actually have a video we can show you of kind of what this looks like. It's like a brain computer chip interface that turns thoughts into the control of a digital device.
Oh, that's
so that means they can think and they control like a computer or a phone right now, but in the future they're gonna try to see if they can get this to attach to like a robotic limb and think and control a robotic limb. And basically, you know, the science behind it, it records neural activity from brain areas tied to hand-arm movement and then translates that into a digital command. So if you have like a spinal cord injury or something that has damaged your neural pathways, it's supposed to bypass that so you can still do things. And yeah, they just had their first ever UK patient, which I have multiple thoughts about this, but what do you guys think?
Well, I have a friend, my best friend, his dad had ALS. So his dad, I don't know if Neuralink was a thing, but his dad used eye monitors to like talk. So he had like this voice box and he would use his eye muscles to look at the numbers, look at the letters and type out a whole word. So is that something, is that what this kind of is, or is that not, are they the same thing?
I would say that the technology
is the same.
Is kind of the same. This is like the futuristic version of the stuff that we've kind of already had.
I'm for it
in
then.
the past.
I'm for it then.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm definitely for it. Definitely for it. I like this. I like this idea. I like that it gives people the ability to live again that might not have had an ability to live for the longest. And this gives them the ability to feel normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This gives them the ability to maybe hold their child or play with their kids or do whatever they need to do. Like it gives them, I mean, everybody just wants to live normally, bro. Like nobody wants to be disabled or anything like that. We just all want to live normally. And when you see other people living normally, that kind of puts a damper on your spirit and it's like, oh man, I can't do that. This would be a way, if this is what you're saying it is, this would be a way for people to actually go, oh yes, I can walk now. I can use my brain to do this. I can use my brain to do this. So I'm all for it. I'm rocking with it.
Yeah, I have different opinions only because I do see what you're saying. Like that's a really good point. Like I've never known what it's like to have lost an arm or lost my ability to operate normally and just wish there was a way to get back to what I had, or wish there was a way to get back to what I see other people able to do if I was born this way. You know what I mean? That'd be really cool for them. I like some of this technology does scare me though when it comes to implanting things in your brain and becoming this kind of almost hybrid human robot kind of vibe. You know what I mean? It's very futuristic, but it's kind of terrifying. But again, like if you don't have an arm and you want to be able to use a robotic arm and control it with your brain, this would be incredible. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I agree with you in that sense. I think that eventually my whole thing with this is like, once we get the ball rolling, I already know it's just going to keep on going down and keep on taking off. So in my opinion, I think that it's going to start here. We're going to start doing it to people with disabilities, but then it's going to start going to people that just want to experience more out of it. So people might start getting chips in their heads and, you know, I don't know, seeing all types of things that AI wouldn't allow you to see.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, without the chips in your head. I'm sorry. I think they might start chipping babies. I'm sorry. I really wanted to say that.
Just to put it out there.
Yeah, just to put it all out there. I think they're eventually going to get, like, maybe 100 years in the future, they will start chipping babies because of the advancements that continue to keep on going on.
I don't disagree to that.
I don't put it past them.
I don't disagree to that at all.
Especially because of the way technology works, where over time it becomes more and more normal. And then people might legitimately start saying, like, oh, you're just old. Everybody's got a chip now. Like, Mom, I really want a chip. Maybe I'm 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, and like seeing my friends with this chip stuff. And my friends are super baby smart. And my mom doesn't want me to have a chip because the chip is like, you know, evil or whatever you say it is. And, you know, peer pressure makes you want to put it in there.
Well, Black Mirror episode, they actually did put a chip in one of those Black Mirror episodes. They put a chip in there so the mom could see where the baby is going.
Right.
Yep. I mean, it's there.
The technology, they're working on it.
We're just the old models. We're gonna be outdated. We're gonna be outdated.
Crazy. You know what? Technology can screw people over sometimes, though. And an IV clinic did it. There was a mix-up that was very evident. And we can show you what happened. Just with one picture. That's all. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Bam. It's a black baby with some white parents.
What?
Yeah, man.
So they're filing a lawsuit. What happened here?
So IV Life Incorporated. So what happened is where's the lady? Oh man, I'm looking for the lady's name. Tiffany Score.
Yeah.
Tiffany Score and Steve Mills.
Yep.
So essentially, they were IVF patients, and they were using his sperm in her ovary. I mean, in her embryos to impregnate, and put it in. They froze it and put it inside the woman, but they mixed up the stuff. They mixed up the embryo and the semen and put the wrong baby in her, and so she ends up with a black baby. And I'm pretty sure her white baby is somewhere with a whole nother family. This is a Maury episode, bruh. A Maury episode waiting to happen.
She stored 3 viable embryos at IV Life for this. So they had 3 different options.
All you had to do was read the label. You had one job, and that was to read the label. And if I was that husband, boy, I would be like, who black baby is this? You know how Cat Williams was like, who white baby is this? Who black baby is this?
Listen, because she probably had some questions to answer when it came out a little dark.
Come on now.
But then, her saving grace was when it kept getting dark. And he's like, okay, it's probably, okay, all right, it's probably ain't you.
Now she just got, now it's a random white baby out there floating around with a whole nother family. Good God.
Okay, we have so much more coming at you. Big stories in Atlanta. You do not want to miss. There are walkouts happening in Atlanta over this ICE situation. We're going to talk about it. We're right back after this break.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One. You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. First, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
You are watching Hot 97 TV.
What's going on, Atlanta? Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. This is a brand new live news show where we bring you all the hottest stories in the city. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
Understand me?
And Million.
Hey.
All right, lot going on in our city. You know, we love this city, but it's a little ghetto sometimes. A lot of crime to talk about. We'll run through it real quickly, get to the good stuff. But we're going to start off with the woman from Carrollton who just pleaded guilty. She said, I'm guilty of harboring undocumented immigrants as part of a massive meth ring. So this woman's name is Jacqueline Moroccan. Again, she's from Carrollton, and she actually pleaded guilty in federal court to possessing more than 760 pounds of methamphetamine with intent to distribute, obviously, and for harboring those undocumented immigrants to do the trafficking. Now, that's diabolical.
That is diabolical.
Even worse, the house, according to police, was rented.
Wow, they rented the house?
They rented the house.
Guess where it was at?
Where?
I believe they rented it out in Stone Mountain.
Now, Stone Mountain's a nice place.
Yeah.
Stone Mountain can get a little ghetto, but Stone Mountain is, in general, I love going to Stone Mountain. This is not Stone Mountain activity.
Well, first of all, man, this is 1.4 million, 1.9 million, and you renting?
That's true.
Buy the house.
That's the street value for the drugs that they said it was like 99% pure methamphetamine.
Come on, man. Go sell that and buy a crib. Like, what y'all renting for? Buy a crib. I mean, granted, don't go sell it, but, you know, figure out a way to make the money. Y'all know what y'all was doing, man. Go get a house. Go buy a crib.
And why are we harboring undocumented immigrants? With that kind of money, you could just pay somebody here. You know what I mean? Take part of that risk out.
Low key.
But they were undocumented immigrants from Mexico. I mean, we keep seeing Mexico is, I didn't realize how much there was just weight moved here in our city, Metro Atlanta, from Mexico.
Interesting. I love the fact that you just said that, because College Park was confirmed to be in Atlanta. I mean, ICE was confirmed to be in College Park. Does this kind of make some sense now? Like, we're seeing multiple different cases of like drug trafficking coming down to Georgia. It's like we kind of have a reason for it to happen.
I mean, let's not get it twisted. APD was doing a great job. Let's not get it all the way twisted. APD was doing their due diligence. Now, we were policing our own people out here in Atlanta. Like, I ain't even gonna sit here and hold you like we needed ICE for real. We was doing a pretty good, everything that we've been reporting on been bust here. So these folks doing what they supposed to do, and I know APD probably like, hey, bro, I know y'all didn't call these folks in here to come help us out, dog. Like, what? So, yeah, I don't.
Even here, this was done by the DEA and local law enforcement. And apparently, according to authorities, that meth was being concealed in bags of charcoal. I will say, they are crafty.
Yeah.
It's one thing or another they're concealing this stuff in. You know what I mean? If y'all want to rank something, it's like rank what you're hiding these drugs in. Celery.
I say 7. Yeah,
Well,
I give it a 7.
no,
If we're ranking anything, that's kind of creative.
That is creative. But also, I want to take a look at this. DEA and the U.S. Marshals, there was no killing. There was nobody getting hurt. Nobody did. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how it got done, but we ain't hear nothing about them getting shot, nothing like that.
Very fair point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't see. So you're saying that they had it under wraps already. Just imagine how much they didn't unfold. I'm saying maybe they could use a little help. But I get what you're saying.
Get what I'm saying?
Congrats to us.
Yes.
Like we knocking them down.
Yes.
You know, we getting them out of here. But maybe they may need some help. Who knows?
No, bro, we don't need ICE out in Atlanta. And this is I'm telling you, bro, ICE think they coming in here. Atlanta is not the place bro, we just not the place to mess with when it comes to this. We really don't mess with y'all, like, at all. Like, I hate to break it. We love our people out here. Illegal or legal. We love our folks out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be what y'all think it is, how it is. This ain't Minneapolis. All right, dog. This is Atlanta.
I did hear a theory on why they are setting up in College Park.
Oh, what's the theory?
And, kind of the official line is probably because it's closer to the airport.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But I was talking to somebody the other day who's from here who said they probably put them over there because they were not about to have any potential protests in Buckhead or in Alpharetta or in a nice area. They said, oh, okay, if the streets decide they're upset about this and go in and do, something crazy, let's go ahead and put them in College Park.
That's messed up.
That's messed up.
That's messed up.
So
but it makes sense.
So if they tear anything down, they're going to tear down College Park neighborhoods as opposed to going to Buford. Dang, that is so crazy.
Listen.
Oh,
we're on to y'all.
So
yeah, but we won't even give y'all a chance to make us do that, bro. To be honest with you, we not even gonna give y'all a chance to let us even get to that stage of like, oh, we need to rage, and we not even going for none of that. I'm sorry, bro. We not going for none of that.
That's cap, because the kids have been protesting like crazy. I don't think that we're going to get to a point of rioting, but I feel like we shouldn't have even gone this far as black people. Y'all, chill, just vibe. This is mind our black business. I keep saying it all the time.
Yes.
Mind our black business. So if they put it in College Park, we just need to continue to mind our black business and not touch anything over there.
Listen, I actually did see the other day where somebody was saying that the Hispanic community that they know, somebody was talking on the news, is very upset about what Trump is doing. And these were Trump supporters talking. That somebody was talking on behalf of Trump supporters because he had a lot of Hispanic people vote for him. And I think, I remember them saying at the time, you guys know, if they start just mass deporting people, literally anybody who looks Mexican or Venezuelan or Colombian or Cuban or Hispanic in any way is probably going to get targeted. And they thought, no way does that happen. You know what I mean? But this whole time, like, my argument has been, you never got a plan. They never told you how they were going to pull this off. Mm-hmm. So what I mean, like, you don't know that what they were planning to do. You just voted for it and thought, it's probably going to work out for the best. Mm-hmm. Here we are all these months later and oops.
See, I saw somebody post on X. I don't know if this is an official quote from Langston Hughes, but it said, fascism is a new name for the terror that the Negro has always faced in America. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like, I feel like we've always been going through this in general in America, and we just can't continue to. We've been telling people. I'm sorry, I messed up. I'm sorry.
What are you trying to say? No, but like,
I caught it. I caught what I did. I was like, dang, was I supposed to do that? But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, we've been going through everything. We've been going through all this, and we've been warning that this is what could happen. Fascism could actually happen. Why is nobody listening to us? Is it because we're black? Is it because
I see what you're saying. I think because I don't know what you feel like you said that was wrong. Because I'm trying to follow you, and I think what you're trying to say is that black people have been saying forever, this is the kind of treatment that we're getting. Yeah. This is a problem, and now we're seeing this targeted at the Hispanic community and black people, and say, well, we tried to tell you. Why haven't you been listening? Mm-hmm. And why didn't people care in droves when we were saying it was happening to us?
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of vibe. So I feel what you're saying.
Okay,
in that sense.
We
gotta get this.
For sure.
But I will say, to move on here, take a good look at your screen, people. Police are hoping you know the man who broke into a senior care facility. Which one of y'all's cousins targeted a senior care facility? Got you in 4K. That's a clear camera.
What would you even need from there? Diapers?
Wait till you hear what he got.
Wait till you hear what he got. Oh, okay. Yeah. What did he get?
Well, police are saying that he damaged a vending machine and stole a painting from inside the building.
Wait,
you
what?
did all that. That's what.
damage? Then he didn't even get no snacks from the vending machine.
I'm assuming the damage is the effort
of trying to get the snacks
of
out.
trying to get the snacks out. But that's the video. I mean, look at this. Look at this.
I feel like there's more stuff he could have stole that he could have sold for a little bit more.
I'm just like kind of paying attention to how he's just chilling out there. Yeah. I see the camera seeing me. I see you. You see me. I'm looking barrel into the camera, and still went in, according to police.
Mm-hmm. He was like talking to the camera at that too. He was having a whole full blown conversation. In my opinion, maybe he was homeless or something. I don't know. Maybe he just wanted it because all you don't think.
Who breaks into a what? Yeah, he's probably homeless, man.
Wait, hold on. Now, why would a homeless person need a painting? Where are you gonna hang it?
In your tent. What do you mean? Right in your tent.
How are you gonna hang it in your tent?
You're gonna put you're gonna take it out of the thing and then tape it up, bro. I don't know, but I don't see why he needed to paint. This is not this is not Arc Raiders, bro. You are not in here trying to scavenge stuff, dog.
Bro really thought that this painting cost a lot of money. You don't know what fine art is, bro.
And where are you gonna sell it? What art dealer do you know? You're gonna go to the pawn shop and be like, well, how much could I get for this painting?
Yeah, because I'm gonna immediately go, you stole that, brother. What?
Where did you get this?
Yeah, get that mess out of here. You stole that, dog. Like, what in the world? And he didn't get no snacks. That's what he really went in there for. He probably was like Denzel, I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something.
I might not even get no snacks, but I'm gonna take something. Probably was looking around there like, what? You know what? Let me grab this paint red. I got him with this. I got they gonna hate me when they see they painting missing, boy. Oh, yeah, that's what he probably was thinking. But,
crazy.
Yeah.
But there is obviously, crime that's pretty serious. And this next story actually really breaks my heart because it involves young people. In fact, it involves two teenage boys who were just 13 and 16 years old, and they're being charged as adults now. And police say this really all started as a bullying situation and ended with them shooting somebody. So this is just something that never needed to happen. It's kind of one of those cases where kids just take matters into their own hands instead of relying on the adults to handle this or at least address it. And police are saying this happened at a house in Gwinnett County. Police said the 16-year-old boy is accused of actually being the shooter, and the 13-year-old boy is charged as just a party to the crime. And they didn't give much specifics on what the 13-year-old boy is accused of doing. But here's what happened. Police say that 9 people were inside of a house at the time of the shooting, including a 3-year-old. And that the 3-year-old, one child, not specifically the 3-year-old, but one child was injured. They were grazed, wasn't life-threatening, which is good. But police say that the situation began with a bullying complaint at a middle school. And they say what happened at first was pretty peaceful, and it was the adults trying to handle it. They say that a man came to the house claiming that that the victim's younger brother was bullying his daughter. So his daughter is being bullied. I'm coming to your house. I'm telling you guys my daughter's being bullied by the victim's younger brother. So apparently that happened calmly. The man was chill. He didn't do anything crazy. He said the school police were handling the issue and he left peacefully. But then about 30 minutes later, police say somebody else showed up to that house. And that person was claiming to be that girl's brother. That person was described as being very aggressive. Police say that he then walked back to a vehicle and then opened fire on the house. 6 to 7 shots were fired. Police say the bullets pierced the walls there, pierced household appliances. Family members inside, thankfully, they heard the gun cock outside and took cover. But again, there was that one child that was grazed, non-life-threatening. And then later on, that's when authorities identified the 2 teenagers being involved as that 16-year-old who fired the shots and the 13-year-old who assisted or was just involved in the act. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. Yeah, you just never know how people feel about their family members, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to bullying. You just really never know because his dad probably could have went over there and did it the peaceful way in the right way, and then went back home and then the daughter or whoever was getting bullied probably told the brother something totally different that made him snap. Like, I'm very protective over my little sister.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I would go to this measure of extreme. It would have to be an extreme amount of bullying for me to be like, all right, I gotta shoot y'all now. You know what I mean? But we don't know what kind of bullying was going on. You know what I mean? I don't condone what he did, but at the same time, I definitely respect that he definitely stuck up for his sister or whoever it was, but I don't condone him doing it in that way. But yeah, I mean, for you stepping up, you're supposed to do that. As your dad, as your mom, I gotta be like, yo, you supposed to protect your little sister or your little brother. You're supposed to protect them. Now, did you do it the right way? No. You probably should have came and talked to me before you did that, but I definitely respect it, for sure.
I don't know. Whenever bullying does occur, it's like you said, you never know exactly how far it can go.
Yeah.
Like, I have little sisters. I'm very protective over them. I don't know. Maybe it gets to a point to it's like you said, I would have to see what the bullying exactly was, what it consisted of. But I'll definitely yoke up a little anybody if they messing with my little sister.
For sure.
See, and that's where, we didn't get the details on what actually happened with the bullying, but apparently the father that had showed up initially said that the school police were handling the issue. So that says to me that potentially this was more than just a ha ha ha. The police don't get involved at school unless there's something that really happened here. And obviously, if the father's going to go all the way to somebody's house to even peacefully address it, then we're talking about, okay, I actually feel like I need to go to these people's house and look them in the face and, raise this issue with them. And especially now that we're hearing like a brother got that up in arms about it, I'm assuming, we can only sit here and speculate.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it was probably something that was, pretty hard to hear.
Yeah.
If you're this girl's loved one, as you're saying, you are supposed to go up and stand up for your sister. But if you're a 16-year-old and you got this 13-year-old with you and you're saying we're going to this house to, end up shooting, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. How would you deal with? None of us are parents, so
Yeah.
we really don't know how we would like deal with our child being bullied. But if you could probably think and maybe ponder of how you would deal with it. How do you think you would deal with a bullying your child? Would you go down the route of, hey, I'm gonna go to the parent, I'm gonna go to the teachers, I'm gonna go to the police, and I'm gonna do the correct way? Or would you go and be like, hey, look, bro, if this keep happening, you gonna have to see me. Like, I'm not gonna fight your kid, but you as a parent are gonna have to see me because this is just what it is. Like, how would y'all?
I think it's definitely different for men because you guys have, testosterone. You guys have more of like a protective nature than I think some women may automatically jump to. You know what I mean? As far as like aggression and whatnot. And that's not like a dig. That's like, it is what it is. Is what it is. At the same time, I would want to teach my kid to fight, literally to like, if someone's saying they're bullying you and someone is literally putting their hands on you, you need to know how to fight to like protect yourself.
For sure.
At the same time, these kids just shoot these days. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel like you're losing a fight, some of these kids just shoot. Mm-hmm. And I don't, what do you do with that? Mm-hmm. What do you do?
Now, I was going to say that I'm going to go to the other father. Hopefully they do have a father or whoever the parent is. And then I'll address the situation right then and there. But then I also thought, like, what if the other person's father beats me up?
Whole family took an L.
Then you just make the situation way worse.
Oh my
now the son thinks he could bully and would do whatever he wants to your kid.
Yeah, bro.
So it's like sometimes you gotta, I don't know, you have to be willing to take it there completely, like over your child.
Yeah.
I'm not saying take it there completely,
but
if you going over there, be willing to take it there completely because you can't lose.
Nah.
You can't lose.
Nah. If you get there and he bigger than you just gonna have to be like, all right, bro, but this is just what it's gonna have to be today. This is what it's just gonna have to be today. Hey, son, go home real quick. Go get what you need and then come. Hey, look, brother, all right? I just want your son to stop bullying my son. That's all I want, all right? So I'm gonna hit you in the face. Just fall a little bit, okay? Just fall. If you stumble, come back, you hit me, we done. All right, cool. Hey, man, I don't play this, but bro, just go back into yelling at him.
I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna beg. I can't look weak in front of another man and then have their kids know that I looked weak in front of their dad. So I gotta take it there, bro.
Right.
If I gotta take it there, I gotta take it there.
At the same time, we're talking about a brother bullying a girl. The victim's younger brother was bullying the daughter. So that means we're already talking about like a boy who's picking on a girl. I feel like it shouldn't even have to get to the point where y'all need to fight the father, because I get that mentality, but at the same time, it's on the kind of time to me of like, why are you teaching your son to pick on a girl?
Don't even make no
in a
sense.
way that will involve the police? You shouldn't be. Why is he harming a girl? For real? At least, and I'm sorry, at least at that point, tell your son he's got to fight my son. If he
Hello.
wants to fight my younger daughter, tell him to fight my older son
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's kind of, I think, obviously we shouldn't be condoning fighting at all, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
Flat
the news
out.
will get up here and tell you shouldn't, encourage fighting, but these kids are going to be kids.
Mm-hmm.
What they shouldn't have is guns. You know what I mean? At that point, we're talking about jail, prison, and death. So, what are we doing here?
Right. Why does the little boy have a gun in general? Yeah.
16 years old is crazy.
That's messed up.
And charging the 13-year-old as an adult as well.
Yeah, that's wild.
Wow.
And he didn't even pull the trigger according to police.
Wow.
That's, I don't know. Everybody loses in a situation like that.
True.
But then, police are also looking for a suspect who was wanted from a house party shooting that actually happened back in 2019.
Yeah, it did. They're looking for. So this is Ashton Reed, now 28 years old, and he was connected to a 2019 shooting. According to Atlanta police, officers responded to reports of gunfire on March 31st at a residence during the house party. During the incident, a man allegedly opened fire, striking 5 people inside. Near the home, one person did end up dying from that. Police believe the shooting happened during an argument in the house party. And for one of the people did end up dying, and then 4 other people was hospitalized. So this was in 2019. It's like 7 years later. He was 21 because he's 28 right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how did he get away with this? And does he be held? Like, if he showed outstanding, like if he was outstanding for these next 7 years, what do we try him like as hard?
What do you mean?
For something in the past?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you try him for a crime that he committed?
It's 7 years ago. I'm saying, like, he's an outstanding citizen ever since then.
You know what?
Did he still do it?
Yeah, he still did it, though.
And he still has to get charged for it, bruh.
I was waiting. I was baiting that out there.
Yeah, you can't bait me. I mean, that's real talk. Like, yeah, if he did it 7 years ago, regardless of how, bro, that's like somebody being on the run for 30 years for murder, and then they finally get caught. It's like, you did the murder 30 years ago, but you know how you got a whole family, you got kids, you got a nice house, you're working, you're a citizen. No, dog, you got to go do that crime that time for that crime that you just did, even though it happened 30 years ago. Bruh, 100%, because guess what? The families that you did it to want to see somebody get charged for it, brother. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at.
I don't know.
Oh, wow, Lana.
Hold on.
I've never heard you.
Hold on. Okay, because sometimes I do see those kind of scenarios where 30 years will go by and this person has totally just turned around their life. They're like pastor at a church with upstanding children, beautiful wife. They give back to the community, and then they get linked to this crime that they did when they were young and dumb. And then it's like, you got to go to prison now because we got you. And sometimes my heart, I'm not gonna lie, my heart does break for people like that.
It sucks, but you have to go. You have to go do. When it comes to stuff like this, like I understand if it's like a little bit of fraud, or a little bit of scamming or something like that. I get it, bro. Like let them. Hey, bro, they got away with it. Let them go. It's a little bit of money, but you're talking about somebody's life.
I was just about to say though. So like, is it with any crime? Like any crime should be held to that extent?
No,
because I was gonna say immigration. You're breaking a law coming in here. This is kind of like their whole entire argument. If it's years in the past, and I get caught now, why am I supposed to be held liable for that?
Totally understandable. And if you're here illegally and you're doing it the right way, as far as like going to get a job, working, having a family, and you're just being a regular citizen of society, 100%, I think that's messed up, especially if you've been here since 2003 or 1999. Like, dog, yeah, I've been here for so long, y'all ain't kicked me out since. Now all of a sudden y'all want to kick me out. Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of mad because I haven't been in trouble. I haven't done anything. I've been doing everything. Only thing I'm not doing is paying taxes because I'm not American. So yeah, I do think that's kind of messed up. But when you're talking about taking somebody's life, we're talking about killing somebody right now, dog. Like, this is not something to just look over, because you got to remember that the person that got killed has a family.
Yeah.
So his family has been, or their family has been definitely looking for answers.
Yeah.
You got to understand that they want some answers and they want some sign of relief and some peace to themselves. And this might be that peace that they need to be like, thank you. Okay, it's been 7 years. I finally can go to sleep now.
And to your point, I don't think 7 years is long enough. Like, even though I do think, like, man, that's a shame. The whole situation's a shame when 30, 40 years go by and then somebody gets, nabbed for something. But 7 years, and we're talking about, reports of shooting up a party, and killing people. That means you got multiple families behind this. One person dead, 4 other people hurt. That's potentially 5 families who have been saying, like, where is the guy or a girl who did this? And, I don't know how it takes people so long to find these suspects or, what ends up being that, smoking gun that leads into somebody. But, somebody's got to go down for this. Just you got 1 person dead, 4 others hurt, and nobody is in trouble. And we know who we think did it.
Yeah. You're talking about 7 years of this man just walking around with a smile on his face. In his mugshot, he was literally smiling. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, 7 years, yes, you do what you need to do, man, whatever. But yeah, you should definitely, if you did something like this, get him.
It's almost like you got, like, borrowed time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, you got to be out in these streets for 30 years. In this case, 7 years. You
here
now you gotta call a spade
Exactly.
if you end up getting convicted for this. Also, there was a road rage shooting on I-285. 1 person got hurt, and I am just always on the hill of I'm not playing with y'all in traffic. I'm not having no roadway with y'all in traffic. Not here in Atlanta.
Nope.
No, sir.
I told myself I don't honk my horn. I don't cut people off. I don't do none of that out here in Atlanta, bro. Like, when people be honking their horn at me,
I do honk my horn.
God bless you, because I'm never honking my horn at nobody, bro. I'm not cutting people off. I'm letting people go. I ain't in really no rush ever, for real. So I'm like, yo, what? Do what you need to do, bro. Not honking my fiance. I'll be like, hey, girl, you honk your horn. I got to deal with that. Don't be honking your horn at folks, dog.
I honk my horn, and then I will say I'm like kind of scared as I go past. I'm like, I hope they don't have a gun and they're not mad at me, because you do have to think about it here. But yeah, this happened in DeKalb County on I-285 in the DeKalb County area, because that's who had to respond to this. Officers found a man who had been shot in the back, actually. And so police ended up temporarily shutting down I-285 and diverting traffic while they tried to figure this out. But, it's very hard to find really any kind of suspect who's accused of doing something on the road, even when it's a hit and run. You know what I mean? They're not going to find the person unless it was a really specific car. You got the license plate. There might have been a camera nearby. But, this just goes to show why you really got to just like let bygones be bygones on the road.
It ain't that serious, bro. We all drive. It is not that serious. Y'all can't be in that much of a rush, bro. It ain't that serious out there, bro. Like, it's really not. You ain't gonna never see me getting no road rage ever, bro. I am too, like, yeah, whatever, man. Get over, whatever. I'm not using my horn, though, I'll tell you that.
Especially because some of these people will follow you. Will follow you off and exit.
Yeah.
Will follow you, aggressively.
You don't know what these folks got going on with their life? I'm good.
All right, well, hey, we have so much more coming at you, but we're going to take a quick break and be right back.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news, because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Yo. Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One. You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you're supposed to be in class, man.
Atlanta has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Chris here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Welcome back, everybody. You know it's gonna snow this weekend, or so they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Are we ready? Are we gonna take this one seriously?
I feel like it doesn't have as much hype as it last time.
It don't, and that's what happens every time. We took the ice so seriously, and it didn't do what it was supposed to do.
Not here.
But dog, I guarantee nobody's gonna panic this time, and we gonna get snowed in.
Boy, I got plans on Saturday, and I'm like,
Me too.
kind of want to risk it. I think I'm gonna get wild still. We'll be the ones that are stranded on the highway, like, God dang.
Bro, I'm trying to
got
tell
us.
you, they're gonna get another snow apocalypse out of us, bro.
The sad part is, like, everybody already ate their ice apocalypse snacks.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
over with.
That lasted probably like a couple of hours, honestly, into ice apocalypse. Once it was very clear that nothing was happening, I'm like, man, give me them snacks.
Yeah, I'm eating these.
Yeah.
I'm eating these. Yeah. So are y'all? I don't think I'm taking this one seriously.
I don't know. From what I've been hearing, it sounds like it might actually snow in the Atlanta area. So it's like, maybe I should go and grab me a little something. I did have some plans also, but I think I do got to cancel too.
Really?
Yeah, I think I got to cancel too. We'll have to see though.
You're really gonna take it seriously?
I'm gonna take it. Why wouldn't I take
I'm
it
just
serious?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna try and take it serious.
Okay.
I was behind last time, but this time I got to stay prepared. I'm gonna try and stay prepared.
So, you guys ready for me to get into my meteorologist bag?
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
Talk that talk.
Snow is possible across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta, with the highest chances Saturday morning into early afternoon. Reports are saying that there's a developing storm system that may move through from west of Georgia Friday night, across central Florida Saturday morning, and then up the East Coast by Saturday night. Snow is expected to begin overnight Friday, peak Saturday morning, and taper off by Saturday afternoon or evening. By Sunday, the system will be well offshore, leaving Georgia dry but extremely cold.
Hey.
Good job. Okay.
I mean, you know,
Okay.
I just can get paid a little bit more, I
Hey,
think, for my
there you
meteorology
go.
as
There
well,
you go.
you know.
There you go.
That one's professional. Yeah, man, I don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
Because, you know, every year we go through this.
We go through it twice. This is because we get two. We get two every year. We get that fake winter, which was, you know, in the beginning of January, like in the end of December. Now we're getting like in the real winter. You know what I mean? So we do get two little snow times in Georgia by this time. So this is not off topic. You know, this is definitely not off schedule by any means.
It's usually not this close together. I think we probably have at least one more.
One more?
Like a fake spring
Oh,
winter.
yeah. That
you know what I
flips
mean?
around. That flips around.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in March when you think you're already through it, or April.
Yeah.
Sometimes as late as May, I feel like. It'll be like, now why is it 40 degrees in May?
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. I'm excited for this though. I mean, we didn't get no snow last time. We just got ice. So I love the snow.
They're saying snow, not
Yeah,
ice
they're
this
saying
time.
snow. So I mean, that is drivable.
Yeah.
That is drivable. You know, you can, if you got an SUV or something, you can drive through the snow. Snow does not as long as it's not frozen over, you're good to go.
And snow is pleasant.
It's,
you know what I mean?
It's good.
It's like a nice drive.
Yeah.
Rain is annoying.
That
when it's just
sucks.
cold rain, that sucks.
Sucks.
When it turns into snow, it's like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I love being out here.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
So y'all bundle up, man. Bundle up. Is gonna be a nice little get cuddled together. You know what I'm saying?
Tight weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice little. We turn that fireplace on, some hot chocolate. We might get warm, baby.
Okay, yeah, for sure. But what happens if your heat goes off? Or I just hope it's not one of those things where it's like a whole bunch of power outages again. I don't want it to be a whole bunch of power outages.
Yeah, the most pessimistic person ever. Jesus.
No, because we didn't take it serious last time. We got to take. I'm serious this time. I feel it. I feel it in my bones, man. I feel it.
Okay.
I feel it.
Okay. Well, we gonna be over at Million House.
Nah, not my house. Not my house.
I haven't noticed, anything crazy in the grocery stores,
Me
though.
neither,
You
bro.
know what I mean? Like, everybody's like, all right, y'all got us.
They're not taking it seriously, and they do not care this time. And this is going to be the time that they should care, and it's going to hit hard. So I guarantee it.
In general, though, do you feel like it's actually really been that cold of a winter? I can't tell if I just haven't been outside like that or if it's kind of been fine. Like, it's not really been that bad this year.
It actually has been pretty decent.
Like, as far as cold goes, it's winter, so it is what it is. But, like sometimes it's been like, God dang, we can't get a break from cold.
It's been like a few days, but for the most part, it's actually been. It's been pleasant.
Pretty mild.
Yeah, it's been straight. I'm not mad about this winter.
Oh yeah.
I just, what that mean though? This summer about to be scorching. This summer about to be scorching.
Facts. Oh man. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. But speaking of ice, Metro Atlanta students walking out because of another kind of ice enforcement, and this is in Meadow Creek High School in Norcross, Georgia.
Yeah.
And, I actually did not expect to see this many kids walk out. In fact, there's actually a nationwide protest happening right now. I feel like I didn't see that many cars on the road this morning coming in here. I have no idea why that is. If that's because of the actual ice, the actual weather that's expected tomorrow, is it just because I happened to leave at a different time? I don't know. But there is a nationwide protest for school walkouts, job walkouts, not supposed to be buying anything today. That's a whole effort that they coordinated today. You said Ariana Grande was talking about that.
Ariana Grande was like backing it.
Yeah.
Like backing it heavily.
Online?
All on her social media. Like very, very much so backing it. I definitely appreciate this because I was saying this to you earlier, Alana, that I never really had a chance to do any walkouts like that when I was in school. I graduated 2008, so we really didn't have anything like to this extent happen to where we needed a walkout or anything.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything. So we didn't really do, like you said, the closest thing to a walkout we had was our accreditation.
We lost accreditation.
That was it. But that was just for the county.
Yeah.
You know
and
what
really
I mean?
that was, I was in, I think, 9th grade when that happened. So that was really just like the seniors being like, man, bump this. And they just left. That wasn't even like a walkout. They just walked out.
So I actually like that the kids are getting behind it. Now, do we know if they know what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't. But for them to understand, for them to have some type of understanding, I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I don't want to take over, but I got something to say.
Oh, go for it.
I do wonder, now that we say this, some of these kids are very sensitive. These kids, they don't do anything that is just like harmful to people. The woke police are still kind of a thing. They all want participation trophies. Some of these kids are very soft.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't say anything without it being insulting to somebody. And, for better or worse, because some things we probably need to stop saying that was insulting to people. But sometimes I feel like these kids are very sensitive. I do wonder how they are taking all of this in, because a lot of the adults understand what's going on, and some of them do support what Trump is doing. They do support what ICE is doing. But I wonder if these kids are growing up looking at some of these videos that are out and thinking like, oh my God, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. They're hearing other lawmakers compare this to the Nazis, and then they'll see a video where somebody's like hogtied on the street. I wonder if they really are looking at this and thinking like, I'm shying away from the Republican Party, or I'm shying away from President Trump. I've never even thought about what these kids think.
Yeah, I don't think the kids are really taking it that deep at all, though. Like, you went in depth. I think seriously that these kids are just looking for a way to get out of school. And at one point in time, I think we had scheduled a protest. I graduated in 2018, but before that, we had a scheduled walkout protest for something that we didn't like. But like, I didn't know much about the topic. I just knew that everybody else was gonna walk out, so I was like, okay, well, shoot, I guess we walking out then. It's gonna be a nice little experience, a nice little time, a nice little way to get out. I do love the fact that it does represent something, though. It does represent the frustration that America does have, and even the kids are now getting involved. I love that. But they ain't taking it that deep. I'm seeing them like having a ball while they out there protesting.
Well, then they're not getting involved. They're just having a ball. Like, I mean, are you appreciate them like getting involved, or are they just like out there to just walk out of school?
Well, two could be true at the same time. They have they still have the words up, you know,
they do.
Bump ice, and they kind of get an overall gist about it.
Yeah.
But they still having fun while they doing it, though.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, they're still children.
Yeah, but it's different though, because when I look at like civil rights protests, when the kids used to go out there, they was not playing at all. It seemed like it looked like they was like hardcore serious about it. This ain't that. This ain't that.
We're like laughing and it's giddy. Wait, can you play the protest video again? Because I really wasn't even looking at their faces like that.
I mean,
because I can see what you're saying.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
they're just like kiki, haha, I'm just happy to be out of class right now.
Look at,
you know, I don't want to be in English class right now.
I don't know.
Civil rights protest was just a little bit different, though. You know
Look,
what I mean?
bro,
Just
bro
a little
got
bit.
the look. Look
Just
at
a
that.
little bit.
Like they got the phones out. I guess it does, I don't take it serious because everybody's like trying to do a little selfie while they're walking and protesting and everything like that.
Yeah, again, the civil rights protest was just a little bit different. That's why I just want to reiterate real quick. I just want to reiterate that real
They're having a little
fast.
too much fun. They're having a little too much fun. I don't know. Smiling faces. When I look out at historical civil rights photos, everybody's stone faced. Like they getting beat down.
Yeah, we were protesting for like equal rights and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, we definitely were. That they're protesting for a good cause as well. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were just protesting to just get treated like normal people. You know what I mean?
As citizens of the United States. Right.
Yeah, we were protesting because we lived here and we still didn't get treated correctly.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a little bit, I mean, civil rights protest was just a little bit differently. So we definitely wanted to take that one just a little bit more serious than this right here. That's all I'm saying. No, you're not wrong though.
Yeah. What I think stands out to me is that this is just one day of a protest that was scheduled. As far as I know, like I haven't heard any calls for like a week-long protest. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, not to say it's for nothing, because at least it does, you know, show the support that you have, and it kind of gives us an idea of actually how many people care about a topic. Because again, I think social media is just a fake place. You know, these bots are crazy in the comments, so you don't know for sure. So this is like kind of an indication of, okay, there are some kids that care, there are adults that care, but what can one day of a protest do? You know, an economic blockout for one day. I'm not going to go to work for one day. You know what I mean? Like, they might just fire you for real and bring on somebody else just for spite, you know. But if you said like none of us are working for a week or for 2 weeks or for a month, like that's what gets changes done.
Crumble.
But people can't really move like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is interesting.
Yeah, they ain't taking it that serious for real. Because even like, so like I was seeing in Gwinnett County, they're working with the students, like the leadership and the teachers are working with the students on how they can regulate these protests. So they're saying like, hey, y'all can protest, but under our watch, of course. That's good. I mean, in theory, I mean, I love the fact that the teachers are getting involved and making sure that these kids are safe, but it's also like, I don't think it's that serious when you have those, like they at one of the points they can't even leave like school grounds really. They could just go outside of the school, but they can't leave the school grounds.
Oh,
So
yeah,
how
right? I'm leaving. If we're walking out of class and walking out of school, bro, you best believe if I got a whip, I'm going to my car and we're out of here, bro. Like what? Especially if I'm not taking it seriously, dude.
Yeah.
What? We're done with school. Oh, y'all say we protest today? Cool. I'm going home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the protest.
That's I mean, that's how a lot of those kids are thinking. Like, if you're gonna let me protest all the way, no more school today.
Especially because if you're saying like, oh, you mean we had to go back in there? I thought, you know, so we just coming out here for 10 minutes, say some chants and go back inside? What is that going to do?
They ain't going to do nothing. I'm gone. I am out of here. Because you need kids to teach. Granted, the teacher's still going to get paid regardless.
Right.
But you need kids to teach. So, you know, hey, I would have left if I was them children. They wouldn't. You couldn't have paid me to walk back in that school, boy. What? I'm gone.
To your point, though, Lana, I don't know if one day is enough. Like, it's not gonna really do much.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't about that life.
No, it would never do enough.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people realize how protests work. It's like, yeah, you have to do it multiple times. Bruh, you can't stand your ground as a person and just expect that after you stand your ground one time, that person gonna be like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
This just not how stuff works,
You're not
bruh.
serious.
That's just not how stuff works. That's just not how stuff works.
Can we just go ahead and say that black people are the best at protesting?
I wish that wasn't a thing, though. You get what I'm saying? I don't want that to be something that we claim like, man, we're the best at oppression.
At being oppressed.
Yeah, we're the best at being oppressed. No, man, I don't want that to be a thing.
Come on, you're looking at a glass half empty. We're the best at fighting oppression. They need us.
Okay.
Come on, half full.
We've been telling, like I said, we've been telling y'all for decades. Like, look, we've been through this before. We see the signs.
These are the signs.
Nobody wants to listen to us. Why would you not listen to a group of people that has historically shown you that when we protest, we get stuff done? Y'all doing these little regulated protests ain't gonna do much. Y'all kind of need us, in a sense, in my opinion, at least.
At the same time, you do support what Trump is doing.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really want them to?
I support I support DHS. I'm saying, like, I support that they're not snatching people up, but like getting illegal. Yeah, they're getting illegal immigrants out. I don't think that if you're a legal immigrant here, you need to go back to your country. The way that they're doing it, of course, I don't agree with. Shooting somebody, especially our own citizens, I don't agree with.
You're saying that the black community try to tell like legal, lawful U.S. citizens who are Hispanic, this is probably going to come on y'all as well, and y'all didn't believe it. I see what you're saying.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
So we're going to keep on minding our business until the world respects us as the
authority.
Yeah, as the authority.
On oppression.
Of oppression.
Of oppression. No, of fighting oppression.
Fighting oppression.
Thank
No,
you.
I hear. I'm just trolling. Yeah. No, you get it. I get it. Okay. Morris Brown College just got some money.
Yeah.
Now, what is this for? They got $800,000.
Well, first of all, shout out to Dr. Kevin James. I'm always going to give him his shout out every single time I can. I'm always going to give him his shout out. So, Morris Brown just got $800,000 in new financial support. The majority of the funding is marked for campus security enhancements for an emergency preparedness. So, essentially, what's about to happen is they are using the money for, upgrading, hiring and additional public safety personnel, upgrading security technology, and developing and updating emergency response plans. Now, it's cool because a lot of this money came from, you would not believe where some of this money came from, $60,000 from the African Methodist Episcopal Church 6th District to support general operations, and $50,000 from TI to fund endowment scholarships for students. So $800,000 for the security and scholarships is going to be dope. Morris Brown, I see you. I see you, baby. I see you. Next year, hopefully you got 1,200 kids in there enrolled. I see you, man. Dr. Kevin James, I see you, brother.
There we go. I love the HBCU support because I went to one. I love the fact that they're actually getting members of the community to put money into what? Mm-hmm. Yes, this is gorgeous. I love this.
And shout out to T.I.
Yeah.
Because that's all you want. If you started in these streets, it is what it is. But like the fact that you made your money and then are reaching back to help people in the streets, that's beautiful.
That's real.
Yeah, man.
I wish more rappers did that. Hopefully we could get our younger rappers to start doing that because they're making a lot of money. They're making a lot of money from these contracts that they signed. So start putting it towards our HBCUs. Y'all, HBCUs are needed in America. We're low funded. I went to a HBCU. Shout out to the Fort Valley State University.
Any chance he gets, love it.
The Fort Valley State University. But we had some hardships there. There were some buildings that needed a little tweaking here and there. So yes, make sure that you're putting more money into these HBCUs before you put it anywhere else.
Flat out. So shout out to Morris Brown. I hope that y'all get as many enrollees next year. I'm talking about a plethora of people to come through Morris Brown, bro.
What? Well, I will say they may not be able to fund that. They may struggle funding all that.
I got you.
So
but
pace it out. Pace it out.
I mean, let's just go up from 500 to 1,000. Let's just small increments. Let's go up another 500 next year.
There we go.
They started at what, 20 a couple of years ago?
And then they went to 100
when they had lost accreditation.
Yeah.
So
500 is a lot for Morris Brown right now, bro.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. I would like to go sit in class and just see like what they're teaching over there.
They teach the same stuff, Dale.
Oh.
They teach the same stuff as any other college.
Okay, in one sentence, because we do have to move on. In one sentence, what would you say is like the biggest value, the point of going to an HBCU as a Black person? Like, what's the value? What's the point?
The point is, that's a good question. You just threw me out there. It's to be around your people and also get the education, because you see in the news sometimes you see around you like that, Black people, you don't see Black people in the brightest light sometimes. Yeah. So you start seeing how educated Black people can be because you're surrounding yourself with a group of nothing but educated Black people. So now you're growing as a community, seeing that we're all Black, and yes, we can be more than just a statistic.
Yeah.
And we excel at that also. Black women especially. Y'all are blowing a lot of Black men out of the water.
Oh, okay. I like that I asked that question. No, that's a really good point, actually. Yeah, that's a beautiful point. What are you thinking about this? Atlanta Falcons just named Ian Cunningham as general manager.
Nobody.
Is this good? I mean, I don't know how to.
Great.
I don't know.
Great. It's great in my opinion. I think it's great. So
okay, then.
Yeah, there we go. Atlanta Falcons front office executive just announced Ian Cunningham as the general manager. Now he comes from the Chicago Bears, which is a great team, by the way. They were great. So because Million is probably going to want to, he's probably going to want to attack me for this, but I have some notes that I have come up with that makes Ian Cunningham why he's a good choice for the Falcons. And I'm just going to read them to you. He's a proven talent and evaluator, all right? So he helped build the Philadelphia Eagles. He helped build Chicago, through their draft picks. He helped build them strong. He's a modern team builder. Like he values versatility, speed. So we never know with Kevin Stefanski, and Ian Cunningham being the general manager, Mike Penix might get some PT. You get what I'm saying? A strong draft resume, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Adams. I mean, not Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith. He has a really, really good draft resume. Player development mindset, respected league-wise. He's respected in the league. He's calm. He's with a disciplined approach. His leadership background, fresh but experienced. Okay. These are all good points to have Ian Cunningham as the general manager for the Falcons. And what do you have to say?
He may be a good pick for us.
Wow.
Can you go that in depth for Stefanski?
No.
And does this pick overrule Stefanski? Like overall, I still think that Stefanski is going to be working with he's the coach at the end of the day.
For sure.
He has a GM can only go so far. So for us to sit here and act like this is the biggest thing ever, it's like, no, it's not. We still need answers for picking up Stefanski.
For sure. 100%. I agree. I agree with you. Why did we pick him up? But this is just a bigger stepping stone for us to help in the draft. This is a bigger stepping stone for us to help with the trades. This is Ian Cunningham he knows what he's doing. I mean, shoot, look at the Chicago Bears. Amazing team. You know what I mean? Really good team. He was the general manager of them, so he did a really good job. So it's not like we don't have anybody in the office now that doesn't know what they're doing. No, my man know what he's doing now. You know what I mean? Come on, dog. And he's working side by side with Matt Ryan. And I know how much you don't like Matt Ryan, but he's working side by side with Matt Ryan. I think they can get something done in that office. I think they can make something shake during draft. I think they can make something shake when it comes to putting his hand over Kevin Stefanski and saying, hey, you need to abide by these rules, X, Y, and Z. He know a little something now.
Good luck, Falcons. We'll just have to see. Good luck. Good luck. We'll see if the GM can pull it through for y'all. We can see if the GM does it for you. Yeah.
Never seen anybody hate so much.
Or maybe our president. Maybe our president will do it for us. Because Stefanski ain't.
Whatever, dude.
Just real quick, because I'm in the back. I'm trying to pay attention here, trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay. if I have a general manager in any other job, like that person is kind of telling, I know about the news business. The general manager doesn't like just oversee the day-to-day news stuff, but if he sees something crazy that happens on the news, you know, the news director has to report to the general manager.
Yeah.
And that's the hierarchy. So in this scenario, we got a general manager, we have a news director, we have the team. In this scenario, we have general manager, the president, and the coach.
It goes president,
the president,
general
general
manager.
manager. I'm sorry, yeah. The general manager and the coach.
Yeah, the
and
general
the team.
manager. Yeah.
So then couldn't the coach have to answer to the general manager for any like shady, crappy things that's going on with the team?
100%. But they already hired Stefanski before they hired Ian Cunningham.
Right, but so like if Stefanski does like crazy stuff and does stuff that like people like you would be like, this is why I didn't want you here. Couldn't the general manager put a stop to that?
No, for 100%.
What the GM is in charge of is roster management, scouting and drafting, contract negotiations.
Oh.
Yeah. The coach is the game, y'all. The coach is he's in charge of the defense, in charge of the offense, how we play our game. The GM can only do so much. We could provide him with the pieces, but if he don't know how to build them things up, we're worthless.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, cool, we got a good GM. What is that gonna say?
Exactly. But I mean, it's a stepping stone for us to build. But Kevin Stefanski, his contract is for 5 years. I just looked it up. He's got a 5-year deal with Atlanta, which is absolutely wild, bruh. Absolutely wild. We should have signed him for 1 year and just see what he does.
Bro, that's about to be 5
So
years without a
stupid.
ring, y'all. Dude, y'all
Without
gave it
a
up.
ring.
So
Without a ring.
stupid.
5 more years without a ring.
But like
y'all.
you said, Million, you can't build, like, I can give you all the puzzle pieces to put the puzzle together, but if you don't know how to put a puzzle together, then it's like, bro, I just gave you a bunch of pieces. Like, bro, we have the pieces, and I'm pretty sure Ian Cunningham is going to know what he's doing about grabbing people, but I'm with you. Kevin Stefanski,
L.
Toilet.
Okay. Well, you know, we're almost out of time here,
Oh, okay.
but I will say, when we were talking about the best grocery stores back a couple of weeks when we were talking about this, what did I say?
Trader Joe's.
I said it was Trader Joe's.
You did.
Trader Joe's just replaced Publix as the #1 grocery store for customer satisfaction. Is anybody surprised?
I am, actually, because Publix is amazing.
Boy, have you ever stepped foot in a Trader Joe's?
I have. It feels like
There's no way.
I don't know. It feels like a NSYNC concert. It just feels it's just
NSYNC?
Yeah, it just feels like illuminated. You feel good when you walk in there. You feel like, you know what I'm saying?
In a Trader Joe's, you feel good
You do
when you
feel-
walk into a Trader Joe's,
Yeah,
you're saying, right?
feel like you feel healthy.
Yes.
Healthy?
You
Like
do.
I'm at a farmer's market.
Yeah, you do feel good. Publix, you feel like that too. But Publix also Publix, you feel good in Publix, but you don't feel great in Publix.
Okay, all the people want to be there. And I will say, I do get that same vibe in Publix. Like, I never get any, like, sass or any attitude in Publix. But at the same time, in Trader Joe's, like, they really want to be there.
Yeah.
You ask for cheese. Oh, let me walk you through the cheese section. I'm into cheese. You go to the checkout. Did you find everything? Because I could go walk away right now and help you find whatever you
That
missed.
is
Like,
very
they
true.
are down for it at
That is
Trader
very true.
Joe's. It's the
Yeah.
culture.
I feel condescending, like when I go into Trader Joe's. Everybody talks to me a certain way. I don't like it. I prefer the Walmart. Don't talk to me at all. All right? Don't talk to me at all.
All right.
Well, that is going to do it for us. But we appreciate you rocking out with us this week. We will see you on Monday.
Peace.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One. You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all. That's
Let's
it.
go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms, and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where's my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's gonna trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.